G'day, welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Wednesday the 30th of July. I'm Jackson. As always, there'll be timestamps in the description if you're just looking for one of these options. When I speak about that, if you just want to skip everything else because you already know it. So, this set's pretty good. 15 seals to the lot. Everything's base game. If I were to choose, I'd definitely go Weapon Enchant and Skills with active skill styles. You can kind of do these as soon as you log in, provided you've got what is needed. And then I'd just go Mining Ore myself. Though Amorphous Foes is pretty good, and honestly, capturing a resource isn't too bad, but I would skip this one myself. So, start with the easy stuff. Weapon Enchantment, really easy. So, go into your inventory, any of your weapons that needs to be recharged, just go right click and charge, or there's always a hotkey. It's F on keyboard by default. For controller, I need to go into the different inventory. You go all the way down here to your weapons, and then there's a option to select more actions. Okay, I get a error there, but what will happen normally for you is there'll be like a little thing that gives you the option to charge it, and from that point, regardless, you get this menu basically. You select your soul gem and you charge it. So if your weapon is full on its like charges, if all your weapons are full, just go over here, find like a mud crab on the beach somewhere, or you can do the same in other places, like the spider just outside Stonefalls, for example, near the stables, stuff like that. Just find an enemy and attack them, and that will use up a charge. You can do the same thing with civilians, but you get a bounty with that, so I wouldn't really recommend it. If you need a soul gem, I assume most people just have tons of these things lying around, but if you absolutely need one, you can come to this place here, Starfall Arcana. It's in Vocal Guard, which is easy to get to because you already have a Waste Shrine by default. If you come into here, you'll see a soul gem up here on this bookshelf. You can steal this. There's a bunch of soul gems all over the place. You can steal them, and then just go use Soul Trap on an enemy outside, and you can put your reskinned or your skill style on Soul Trap as well, where you use it and do two things at once. So yeah, and then at that point you'll have a soul gem that you can use. And then you'll be good to go. Okay, so now I will discuss the active skill styles endeavor. This is just Reskinned Skills. If you want to know what ones can be reskinned, you just look at a skill. For example, this one here, this icon will be next to it. You click this and it'll show you the available reskins for them. This is the easiest one to get in the game if you don't have any. You get this from completing the second era of scribing, which is the first quest in the scribing skill line. This is now base game, so everybody's got access to it. It takes like 5 minutes to get through this one, and yeah, you get Soul Trap. It requires a target, but that's not a problem, especially now. One of the viewers has just has showed me the training room. So the scribing area, the Scholarium, has a training room. I'm pretty sure you unlock this straight away because I've only done... I think I've only done the second area of scribing on this character, and I can come in here and this training room is available to me. So in this room, you'll have a bunch of enemies that you can actually target with your scribe skills. Now, you can also use Soothing Blue Vigor, which comes from completing the Wing of the Netch. This takes a fair bit longer, like an hour or two, to get through to that part though. So if you don't have access to that yet, I'd just say you use Soul Trap on these guys. So just make sure the icon here shows the recolor, and just make sure the paintbrush is here in the selection menu. So check this on and just cast it 10 times, and that'll be it. So these inanimate armors, they have a lot of health. So what the fuck? Okay, what the hell? Okay, it lagged, I guess there. So yeah, just spam that a bunch of times. Easy as. So if you want to use Vigor, it's even easier because all you have to do is just cast it like this. You don't even need a target, so you can just use this one anywhere. Alright, blacksmithing materials. So this is what you're looking for. Anything that has ore in the name. So this is a list of all the different ores that you can get in this game. So to know which ones spawn for you, you just need to check a couple of things. Firstly, go down to craft, blacksmithing, and check this passive here. Whatever this says, so rubidite, that's one of them. So you can see rubidite ore here. The other one is your level. So it's a 50-50 split between these two. So it's 50% chance to be based on this one, and 50% chance to be based on this. So this here will show you what levels, like what stuff spawns at what level. So I'm max level, so I get rubidite as well. But say if you're on a level 30 character who doesn't have any passives in here, you'll either get Orichalcum or you'll get Iron. So what you can do is look at these images here, and these will show you what each of the nodes look like, so you know what you're looking for in the environment. Every single node of that type, like every Orichalcum ore node, looks exactly like this. So yeah, once you know what one looks like, you know what they all look like. One of the hindrances of this endeavor, in spots where you'll find ores, sometimes you'll find seams. So these are the jewelry crafting materials, and unfortunately, even though they spawn in the same place that blacksmithing ores spawn, they don't count for this. Even though sometimes I'm pretty sure they give you blacksmithing ore, I think. Yeah, they still don't count. So you're just looking for the ores, not the seams. Though I would still get the seams because they're stupid expensive when you sell them. So some other things that will help: champion points. Master Gatherer here, this cuts the amount of time your character sits in the animation for harvesting them by half, so this can really speed up how quickly you can get a bunch of these. Plentiful Harvest is good too, because you get more out of them, so it's always good. Gifted Rider can speed you up on your mount as well, that's good. Steve's Blessing as well to make you faster on foot. These are all good things. Same with in the red side, you've got Sprinter, reduce sprint costs, Hasty, increase sprint speed, and then Celerity for more movement speed. The faster you can run around and grab this stuff, the better it is for you, so yeah, West checking those. For add-ons, this is Harvest Map, the thing that adds all the little icons on the map. So I'll link that in the description if you want to have a look. I'll link the blacksmithing materials as well if you want to check out the different ore nodes and what they look like. But yeah, what will happen with this add-on is every time you go to a blacksmithing ore and collect it, it will like add a little pin on the map to in the future, so you can check that area again whenever you would just want to find some more ores. So that way you can just reliably just find a bunch of nodes whenever they come up in the endeavors. Now, as far as what zones to go, you can choose any zone. Every single zone in this game has a ton of predetermined locations for blacksmithing ores. Like it's not like one zone is just going to be way better than the others. Except for the Kragnon is the exception though. Not because there's more. There's a lot of nodes here. That is one thing, but yeah, it's not the only zone like that. The main difference with Kragnon to other ones is Nerncrux. I don't know if I do. So this right here, this is the reason you go to Kragnon for this. So blacksmithing, jewelry nodes, wood nodes, and cloth nodes, like the cloth plant ones, like our Ancestor Silk and Jute and stuff, they have a small chance to have Nerncrux in them when you collect them. And Nerncrux either sells for a ton or is really good for certain things. Like researching stuff, you need Nerncrux to be able to do that. And Nernhoned as a weapon trait, especially on dual wield, is really good. So having access to these can be great, or being able to sell them as well can really give you a lot of money. These things are pretty expensive, especially the potent ones. These are the blood cocaine. Okay, Amorphous Foes. The most common Amorphous Foe that you'll find in base game, like the only one I think, is Netches here. So Netches spawn in a couple of places, mostly sort of Dark Elf related or Morrowind related. So this here is one location, though I think, yeah, so there's 6 in total I believe, maybe a couple more. But this area here, really, really easy to get to, slightly northwest, or like mostly west, of Davon's Watch Wayshrine. You start with this by default. So my first suggestion would be just come here, check if anyone's killed the Netches here. Because there's, okay, yeah, so there's 8 that I can see. So there's more than 5 here, so yeah, worth checking this out, I think. There's other places though, if you want more. Let's have a look. So another great place to check is this area here, just west of Sulphur Pool's Wayshrine. This little valley, or like little hillside, has a ton of Netches all over the place. There's like 10 here as well. There's a couple of Netches here. There's a couple in just like a little other few splotches. There's a few in near the Brahma's Grove. The boss itself is a bull netch. It has like 2 little netchlings, and then there's a couple of netches over here that you can kill as well. So Stonefalls is pretty good. Vardenfell has a couple, not as many I find as Stonefalls does. Near Ushilaku camp, sorry, there's a couple of netches here. I believe there's a couple of niches near the Daedric Trickery crafted set as well. But yeah, I don't really like using this place myself just because I find there's less of them here. Cold Harbour is another great location for niches. There's about... Oh, sorry. Near Court of Contempt, around this area here, there are about 10. Also another one up here, I think, as well. If you don't have access to Cold Harbour, you can get here easily using Cold Harbour Surreal Estate, using Home Tours. So if you go into Home Tours here, browse homes, go down to... Oh, sorry, it's C. So Cold Harbour Surreal Estate. There it is. So just select any of these, travel to it. It won't cost you anything. Go out the front door, and what will happen is you will be taken to Cold Harbour, even if you haven't done any of the quests here yet, like or the main quest to get here. So from here, you just go outside, go east. This gate will be open, so you can just come out here and start fighting the niches out here. I think there's a couple of more places. I think there's a few in Dishan too, but yeah, those are sort of the main areas that you're going to find is good for netch killing. The other common Amorphous Foes option is going to be Voroplasms. So, also the Voroplasmic corpses count for the same. So these guys here, these are, yeah, Amorphous Foes. I don't know of any other ones, to be honest with you. I think these are the only two. So, Voroplasms, one good source of them is, yeah, all the Voroplasm options are going to be DLC options, unfortunately. They're all pay-gated. Personally, I just go niches anyway. But yeah, these are fine, I think. So, Zeemhop's Lagoon, the world boss here, when you get this guy to certain levels of HP, he will spawn a pair of Voroplasms. And what they'll do is they'll go around and start turning these things into the Voroplasmic corpses that you saw before. And these corpses also count as Amorphous Foes. So my advice here is kill one of them, because the Voroplasmic corpses here are fucking tough. So if you just let both of them do it over and over, you'll get overrun with these things. They're quite tough. So what I would do is just kill one. I mean, obviously, if you want to do it quicker, you can just let them both go and just make sure you burst everything down super fast. But yeah, you should usually just kill one, because that counts for one, and just let it create 4 corpses if possible. If that doesn't work, just attack him a bit more, get him a bit lower, and he'll just spawn a couple more and do the same thing. And yeah, the Voroplasmic corpses, the Voroplasms themselves can also count. But he is quite tough and challenging, and it's not as simple as just killing other Voroplasms. A couple of good areas. If you have Murkmire, this delve, I believe, has shit tons of them in there. The boss is also a Voroplasm, and the boss spawns a bunch of the corpses. So that's one option. I'm pretty sure you'll find Voroplasms in the zone as well, just in like random places, but they can be kind of hard to find sometimes. The other one is Orkrest. So in Orkrest, when you get in, just go a bit east, go here. There'll be a trapdoor you can go down into. Go past the Skeevers, they're not worth fighting. But in this bit here, when you get to like the bottom of the sewers, Nordigloop Clog is a Voroplasm, and around the sort of balcony overlooking where he is, there'll be a bunch of Voroplasms there too, so you can kill those. They're relatively tanky for like public dungeon enemies, but yeah, they're pretty straightforward. They're pretty simple. Other than that, I know there'd be more places, but these are kind of the main Amorphous Foes options that I tend to go for. So yeah, I think going anything further than that might be complicating it. But if you have your own places that are really good, especially if there's instance places, that's what worked for me. There is one in Darkshade Caverns too, but you have to get really far. You have to beat one of the main bosses, which you can do solo, but it's a fucking pain in the ass, because the boss has a lot of health, and the minions of that main boss like stun you and put you to sleep and shit. It can be really annoying to deal with, but you can do it if you want. The main boss after that, you can basically run straight there to that after that boss, and that boss, Grobel the Transmuted, spawns fucking armies of netches. So that is an instance option. Instance places, you know how I feel. You don't have to worry about people running through and killing everything that you're trying to kill for the Endeavor. You can just go into a dungeon on your own and everything's ready to go, so you're not wasting time. But yeah, it's just that one boss that will be a pain in the ass at first. And, you know, Grobel ain't no fucking pushover either. Okay, so last option is a resource. So you can only do this in Cyrodiil. These here are your resources, your lumber mills, your farms, and your mines. The best ones to take are the ones next to one of your keeps, like one of this, for example. The only problem is, like, if they're all taken by the enemy, you can't travel to them, so a pain in the ass to get to. But in this case, I'm lucky I found one here, so I'm just going to show you what you do to get this done, like, easily. Because there is a way to make this a lot easier for yourself. It's target priorities. Now, the biggest issue and the reason I don't like this one over the other options is the reliability of it. Well, not so much the reliability, the fact that players can impact this one far more than any of the other options. Because if an enemy player comes here and they kill you, obviously you have to respawn again, and just fucking... This can be quite annoying coming back here and dealing with that shit. So first thing, come into the tower, kill the mage guard at the top here. This dude will get in the way. Because what happens is, if you're at the bottom, and you're fighting the enemies down there... Oh my god, I'm getting wrecked. So, interesting, okay. The mage will just keep pelting you. Oh god, I've got no fucking... Hold on, let me put some food on, that'll probably be better. So, yeah, that mage will just be pelting you with shit while you're trying to kill the rest of the stuff. So what you can do instead is kill everything here, divide and conquer. So kill the enemies here on their own, so you're not dealing with the rest of the stuff, you're just dealing with these guys. They're much easier to kill, because you're not dealing with all the other enemies down there, and honestly, the honor guards down there, they are fucking brutal. So not having to deal with them while you're dealing with the mage too, can make it really easy. Alright, so now that these guys are done, now that you've cleared half the enemies, now we fight the rest of the enemies down here. So very first thing, kill the healers and interrupt them, because yeah, they'll heal the shit out of themselves, and you don't want that. Make sure you're healing yourself too. Use all sorts of stuff that you need to, and yeah, kill the honor guards last, because they will keep healing the shit out of themselves. Whereas the other guys don't. The normal guards don't, the workers don't. The workers are very weak. But yeah, not good to leave them alone if they're killing you. So yeah, it's not... These enemies are quite tough. I'd consider them to be like sort of a middle ground between like a world boss and a public dungeon boss. But if you're on your own, like, you can do this stuff. You just have to... I would advise having like a decent PvP build. Maybe something just with Order's Wrath and either Rallying Cry or just something that makes you more tanky. That's usually how it goes. So, once you've cleared the flag of enemies, this will slowly start converting from the enemy's side to your side. So the little Ebonheart Pact icon near my health bar there, that's what you're looking at. So that's going to slowly go down now, and it's going to convert over to Old Merry Dominion slowly. So while this is happening, soon the lumber mill is going to have an under attack flag. So as soon as that happens, this is why you go for ones that are next to one of your keeps. I thought I heard that under beginning combat thing. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see the under attack icon there. So what happens now is, if this was at an enemy keep, there is a chance a player could see this on the map, go, oh, what's going on here? Travel to their own keep and go over to investigate. But if you find one that's next to one of your keeps, they can't do that. They can't travel to one of your keeps. It's impossible. So yes, there is a chance that when you're doing this, a player can come over, especially if the player that took that resource is like, has just done it. They can just come over and investigate. But the odds of, like, if you just come into a campaign and you just see one of these resources not under your control, you can just come and do this. It's pretty quick. Yeah, I took a lot of damage there, but I was completely goofed. Like, I was just all over the place. Like, I didn't have regen and I didn't have fucking all sorts of shit. This is also, mind you, this is also no champion points campaign. It is vastly different doing a DP campaign. You have a lot more fucking stat, or like you're a lot tankier and deal a lot more damage. So that's like the absolute worst it's going to be when in no CP. So yeah, just a recap there. So don't go straight for the flag. Go into this tower here. Come upstairs. Bring a couple of the enemies with you. Kill the mage guard first. Then deal with the rest of the guards that come up here with you. And then after that's done, prioritize the healers. You got one mender here, one mender there, one mender here. Once they're dead, then you deal with the honor guards, and just remember the honor guards are quite fucking painful. Like negates, they heal themselves to full, they do all sorts of annoying shit. But yeah, the actual completion of the endeavor is pretty quick, but yeah, sometimes a player can rock up and make your day shit by killing you. You know, if you're capable at PvP, you can try and fight, but if you're just running like a PvE build and a proper player with like a PvP build comes up, you're probably going to die, because they're sort of set up for this sort of thing. So if you don't want to bother like going back to, especially like say you go to an enemy keep and do one of the resources anyway, or someone's done that one, what you can do instead is, instead of like going all the way back to one of your keeps, because that's the only way you can actually get out of Cyrodiil, instead just go stealth, go Imperial City, enter campaign, and queue into Imperial City this way. What this does is it literally just takes you straight out of Cyrodiil into a safe zone in Imperial City, and you turn around, there'll be a tunnel you can go into, and that will lead you straight back out into the overland, like Oridon or wherever you came in from. So just turn, you'll see a tunnel, just go straight to the tunnel, go exit, and you can see we're back in Oridon now. So that is like it's a cheesy but very quick and easy way to get out of Cyrodiil free, basically. Like get out of Cyrodiil free card. Yeah, some people see it as kind of cheating, but ain't nobody got time for that shit. We're here for endeavors. So the build I use is just 5-piece Rallying Cry, 5-piece Order's Wrath, and 2 pieces of the monster sets that give you double regen. Especially in no CP, you want more regen than you normally have. Maybe swap Order's Wrath with what is it called? Wretched Vitality, even, because yeah, you burn through resources much quicker in no CP, I find. I'm also using Mark and Ring of Majesty and a trainee heavy reinforced piece. So that's everything. Pretty easy set. If you have any questions though, just give me a holler as always. I'll give you a hand if you've got any troubles. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care.